Well, things are changing so quickly that one wonders whether any prediction is possible. It's salutary that it was more than 50 years now since the insights of the need for an evidence base to medicine, and so the penetration of these kinds of high-level attitudes is likely to be very different from the speed of penetration of mechanisms, IT mechanisms and others. So it's obviously difficult to know where that will go. I never found any conflict between holistic approaches in consultation and the informatics, and I don't see any fundamental reason that there should be, but there are other things which come into that. For example, Iona Heath's teasing out of the difference between clinicians and managerial solutions, the difference between skill at discrimination and diagnosis versus an emphasis on system management and the routine. So there is yet a lot of space, a need for reconciling professional and economic, managerial issues, and I would generally buy into Iona Heath's separation of the professional as a discriminator and interested in detail in particular, and a managerial task being to do with system approaches, routine approaches and so on, and it seems generally speaking that these are yet to be reconciled, and one hopes for some reconciliation of that, and that is true not just in medicine but throughout all the professions, and the extremes of application of the IT in clinical terms is a version of that kind of conflict. But clearly the informatics is going to be hugely important in genetic and other developments. I suppose people need to be cautious about their optimism about this. There's talk of informational utopias, you know, and the solution of all problems by digitization, which seems somewhat unlikely. And while one expects enormous advances in characterizing the individual through the genetics, exactly what that's going to relate to in terms of management and outcome remains to be seen.